And I want to address William Samoei Ruto here. Thank you all for coming. I am not going to speak for very long. I want to be very clear. First, let me thank God for bringing us this far. You can see my family here. We have been through a lot of trauma. I want to thank them for standing with me during the last 2 or 3 weeks of what you call crooked Ruto's anarchy. Crooked Ruto's anarchy. And I want to address William Samoei Ruto here. The courts today have upheld the constitution of this country. And you seem to be trying to live in an era that has long passed. William Ruto, why do you fear me? If you fear me, be a man. Come and deal with me properly, kiwanjani ya siasa, not in my home, terrorizing my family, and not in these courts with trumped-up charges. You are afraid that we are redefining the politics of this nation. We are moving away from a myopic tribe and region, your useless kutenga and lies. We have now moved to the realm of the truth and issue-oriented politics, based primarily today on the economy of Kenya. Debate me on the economy. Don't try and create criminality in your muck. I'm not going to join your pigsty. It is a pigsty. William Ruto, know today I am coming for you because I believe Ruto must go. Asante sana. Wakili wangu, ma'am. Willis, yes. Why don't you start?
So, thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming and honoring our invitation. It's been grueling last 2 weeks, as you're aware, starting with the attack at Jimmy Wanjigi's Muthaiga 44 residence, when hooded thugs raided that home, conducted an illegal search, robbed members of that household, stole household items, stole from the people who work with Jimmy at his home, who are living with him, stole even from his own mother, who is here with us today. The culmination of all that was to plant grenades in the home. And yesterday, despite the existence of court orders stopping the arrest for detention of Mr. Jimmy Wanjigi, we saw a high-handed act by DCI, Nairobi Regional Office, together with some officers from the head office, ignore that high court order to illegally arrest Mr. Jimmy Wanjigi, and they took him to Kamukunji police station, where they kept him overnight. They thought that that was going to be punishment for Mr. Wanjigi. What they do not know, Kamukunji is home. The late Maina Wanjigi was the second member of parliament for Kamukunji constituency. If they thought they would break my client's spirit, he is stronger than he was even when he went in there. Yes. All that they did was just to demonstrate to all Kenyans their disregard for the rule of law. As I told the officers yesterday, when you are ignoring court orders, when you are ignoring judicial processes, where do you think you will take Mr. Wanjigi ultimately? It all ends up in court. They brought him to court today. After all that high drama, it ended up in court today, and Mr. Wanjigi was invited, together with his aide, Mr. Kibe, to take a plea on trumped-up charges. Trumped-up charges relating to grenades, which we don't know who came up with. We know it came from the police, and the police who planted them. They are trying to fix it, that Mr. Wanjigi had grenades in his home. The second charge they were raising in respect to firearms, that he has firearms without a firearms certificate. The High Court of Kenya had reinstated Mr. Wanjigi's firearms certificate and had ordered the Firearms Licensing Board to obey that order and reinstate that certificate and honor it. They refused, and they're purporting to have revoked it afresh. The High Court also had equally ordered DCI and DPP and IG to return Mr. Wanjigi's lawfully licensed firearms, which court order, I was reminding the court today, this DCI cannot refuse to honor. That is why he has a sentence hanging over his neck today, 4 months imprisonment. He's begging for his life. He's begging for his liberty. That which he denied Mr. Wanjigi when he was in office. Those firearms were returned by Mr. Men. We don't know how again the same DCI turns around to want to charge Mr. Wanjigi for being in possession of illegal firearms, which were issued to him after a protracted court battle that led to the conviction of George Kinoti, who is now crying wherever he is for freedom. He thought he was denying Wanjigi's freedom. He is the one now crying for his freedom. Wanjigi is here, free like a bird. Even these officers being misused. Your time will come. You will cry like George Kinoti for freedom, and I will be there to oversee the process. That is what I specialize in as a lawyer. My duty is to hold you accountable. And I have time. I swim in the lake. I'm like a fish in a water. We come to court. I am in my best element when I put you to account to explain why you disregard our constitution, why you disregard our courts. Those officers who are being misused, please, take your time, understand our constitution, understand the times we are in. Do not allow yourself to be misused to pursue political scores. As I told William RUTO yesterday, Jim is here. If you want a political battle with him, don't involve innocent police officers. Take on him head on. Let's have a debate. Debate him on the issues that he's been educating Kenyans on. The issue of economy, the issue of debt, the issue of how you're taking odious debt in the name of the people of Kenya, the issue of how our youths are unemployed, how our people are hopeless, how you led to a collapse of our healthcare system. Those are the things that Jimmy Wanjigi will wish to debate with you, and Kenyans will make their decision based on who has the best ideas for this country. That decision will not be made in the courtrooms. You are wasting our time and wasting everybody's time by when you keep invading Jimmy's home and you keep dragging him to these courts on trumped-up charges. Face your equal. Deal with him as your equal. Leave the innocents. If you fear him, then say so. If you don't fear him, debate him on the issue. We are happy that the court has seen it fit and has listened to our application to defer the plea taking, and a ruling on that will be made on the 12th of September. But in the meantime, we have also initiated contempt of court proceedings against the Acting Inspector General of Police, DCI Amin, and Mr. Michael Sang, the one who effected an illegal arrest on Mr. Wanjigi yesterday at DCI Nairobi area. We do hope that we'll get those directions for those 3 officers to appear in court and explain why they deemed it fit to ignore the orders of the Honorable Court. We have also taken out contempt of court proceedings against the chairman, Mr. Rashid Yakub, of the Firearms Licensing Board, and all his other board members for contempt of court for refusing and neglecting to obey and to give full effect to the orders that were issued by the High Court in JR number 46 of 2018 that reinstated Mr. Jimmy Wanjigi's firearms license certificate. Thank you very much for coming.